Hello, beautiful earth angels. Welcome back to another collective reading. Hope you've all been doing well, been taking care of your energy. I've been on a little break, but a channeled song came through this morning and it's so powerful, so significant. And Spirit really wanted this to be a reading for you guys, the soldiers of light. So I'll read you the lyrics and then we're going to pull a few cards out of this deck that I've just written some things on, channeled messages for you guys. So take what resonates as always. I'm going to read you these lyrics and then we're going to read a bit more into it. So, okay. So this is Glow by Ella Henderson. And it says, like a chest of hidden gold, shimmers in the depths below. We are, the treasures that they hide. Like the sun that saves the night, bursting through a darkened sky. We are, soldiers of the light, and we will glow. Really, really beautiful, because this is really about how you guys are this hidden gold, this hidden chest of gold that lives in the depths below. And this whole reading is about the battle of light and dark. There is a battle of light and dark in the world that goes on all the time, good and bad, you know, happy, sad. Like the light and the dark is a battle on the outside, but as within is so without, you know, as above is so below. And this battle of light and dark is a battle that constantly goes on between all of our minds, all of our internal worlds, that is a reflection of our external. So this is really saying about how you guys do so well to be this warrior of light, this soldiers of light in the night, and bursting through the darkened sky. You could have been through quite a, you know, maybe a heavier point, or you experience heavy waves of emotion in this battle of light and dark, and how you have this burning fire within you that is always there, but sometimes it gets covered up. It gets covered up by the battle, you know. Sometimes the dark takes over more than the light, and sometimes the light is taking over more than the dark. But you're bursting through a darkened sky. You're uprising like the phoenix. You are coming back up again from the inside out. You are coming up with this fight within your soul to fight for the light in some type of way. And this can be for yourself, this can be for the collective, this can be personally for you in your life, reaching this point where your fire gets so bright that it starts to come back up, and it sparks you up to fight again, like this energy of fight, of moving forward, of making change, of taking your power back. Especially for you guys who have recently been put in situations as challenges to take your power back, to speak your voice, speak your truth. Because that's actually a really hard thing to do, and Spirit knows what they're doing, and they sometimes pick situations and people who make us feel small, who challenge us to feel comfortable to speak up, to say what we believe in, to say what we deserve, or to be, you know, to ask for our boundaries, be treated how we want to be treated, or even remove ourselves from certain situations where we know that we're not being valued. We get given these challenges, and you could have been given one recently, or maybe there's an energy that you deal with in this fight between the light and the dark, who you feel is that fight between the light and the dark. This could have been someone that you grew up with. This could have been a divine counterpart. This could have been a father or a family member who you feel like throughout your life you've been in a constant power battle with. Or maybe if this was a relationship, there was a power struggle of the light and dark, and you took your power back from them, or you're taking your power back from them, and you are reclaiming your place in your power. You know, so the next paragraph of lyrics says, so let them build their righteous tower, our blazing hearts will burn it down. We are soldiers of the light, and we will glow. And then the next bit, we are fire, and our love will burn. The flame will never die. We are brighter, let's show them how we light up tonight, and we will glow. You see, this is like a big taking back of power that you're doing right now on an internal level between this battle of light and dark. On an internal level, the darkness is the one who makes you feel not worthy and incapable to follow and attain your dreams, to attain that life of abundance and success, for whatever success means to you. You know, there's always that voice that is the opposite, that is bashing us down and making us feel like we can't do it, we're not strong enough. And then we are the light that fights against that. And your light, it feels like there's been a pushing and a pulling, and it's getting to the point where it's like it's gonna explode, right? And you're exploding with this new inner life, this new inner fire that is going to be so significant in where it's going to take you next. So like a chest of hidden gold shimmers in the depths below, we are the treasures that they hide. And the treasures that they hide is making me think of your gifts, your talents, and your light in general. You as a soul bring healing. You as a soul, in your presence, in your aura, you walk into a room and it feels calmer, it feels lighter. And I know that because you guys hold the light within you, and people always sense that light. People, they don't have to be spiritual, they don't have to be any type of way. People will always feel your light if you hold light within you, and you're someone who does. You hold a big piece of light within you. And maybe you've noticed this because, you know, not for everyone on here, but take what resonates. But when people feel your light, you know, this is beautiful, because, you know, you'll find the ones who see you for that. You'll find the ones who, and come across people who value you so much for your rare light and your authenticity. And you're also going to find wounded people who are triggered by your light and that feel it as threatening and intimidating. And you're also going to find people who find your light and don't want you to shine that light, so they'll push you down, make you feel smaller, or they'll want to keep that light all for themselves. And this is the journey you've had to go through your life, is it's really a battle of keeping your light, fighting with your light, fighting to keep your light, fighting to not let the light be taken by the darkness. And it's okay if it does, you know. I just saw 711, which might be a significant number. It's okay if it does, because the thing is, when all the times when your light's been taken, you've called it back. And as you've called it back, you've done a massive journey and learning and lessons within that spiritually, by learning how to call your light back. Learning how to call back your power into your very own being and have a say over that. You have called your light back within so many situations, relationships, and people throughout your life. And this has been the battle between light or dark. And it's like I say as well, it's like you're gonna, if you lose your light, you re-find your light, but it's never gonna look the same. It's always different, but in a more beautiful way. The fact is, you guys, is that, again, you hold this light, hidden treasure in the depths below, and your experiences, and you hold this light as talents, gifts. You know, some of you are very creative in the way that you think, in the way that you can write or create art or create music or just feel. You feel music at a deeper depth. You have this way of channeling into your emotions, and that is what sets apart creativity from pure divine creation. You know, we can create something unemotionally attached and it be very empty, but you guys, you create with your emotion, or there's something you will create in the future with your light, with your emotion tied into it. And this is how you are light warriors and light workers, shadow workers, because you channel your pain and your experiences into fuel for your fire, into learning, into wisdom, into knowledge. And knowledge is power, you know. You create so much power for yourself, and it's burning to rise back up again in a way that is going to shock you, I feel, because it's so intense and beautiful. So it says, we are fire, we shoot up our flame high. They see us burn across 1,000 miles. We are brighter, the flame will never die. Let's show them how we light up tonight. Oh, you and I, we're soldiers of light, and we will glow. So feel free to go listen to that song if you want, you guys. It might give a bit of empowerment. Whenever songs are channeled, I normally get real big shivers through them when I listen to them. And those shivers are energy placed in there from your spirit team. And that energy flowing through you, that it does something to inside of your being. So you guys as well could be very empowered by music. You could have always been quite deeply connected to music. And yeah, this is really beautiful. So we're going to pull some cards out of here for you for your message today. Don't mind the spelling. Okay, so the cards that we have are you are a soul ahead of your time. This is really beautiful. 1010 I just saw. This reminds me of artists, because they say a lot of artists are, you know, they become successful after they die, but that's not for all artists. And really, I don't think it's because they're dead. I think it's because they didn't live long enough to see their art and their creations be appreciated in that time, because they were already living ahead of their time. You know, you're a soul that already lives ahead of your time. You're part of this collective that is here to create healing and to usher in a new way of living, in this earth, this lifetime, and even in lifetimes to come. You know, you are the start of that that new era that is ahead of your time already. The things that you value, the things that you the things that you value and how you perceive this world is ahead of your time. We don't always have to decide how we feel, we just have to feel it. Existing in coexistence. This one's very important for you guys especially, and I just saw 1111. I'm not sure if the time will be the same on here because I do edit these, so sometimes it gets a bit mixed up, but this is really saying how you, as the eclectic soul that you are, on an inner level, you don't reside in one place. You have so many pieces of yourself that you flip between, and you have so many aspects of yourself that actually see your situation and people from all these different perspectives. You're someone who can see life and situations from many different perspectives, but that is because you have all of these different inner aspects of self, and sometimes our inner aspects can feel differently to one another, and this can be very conflicting because society, and it's like an unwritten thing, we feel we have to decide how we feel. Are we feeling good? Are we feeling bad? You know, are we feeling love? Are we feeling hate? Are we feeling whatever this is? Whatever this is saying that it's a battle, because if you feel many different ways internally, just picking one is going to be very hard. And that's what we always feel we need to do, is say, you know, what are we feeling? But for you guys, you feel all these different ways inside. That can be very hard. And, you know, this is about how you can live in coexistence. You can be both happy and sad, you know, in different ways for different reasons. You can both love and hate something at the same time. And yeah, that's about that. And I really do think that's because of your higher perspective, your higher awareness. I think that you know, very rarely maybe just feel one way about something. You can always see situations from a multiple viewpoints, and maybe even your life. And maybe that's confusing and a bit annoying at times, because you can feel very differently on a day-to-day basis about things. So Spirit's saying, don't worry about deciding on how you feel. Just allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling at whatever point, because shadow working is just as important as light. Don't fight your sadness, embrace its beautiful tragedy. So as I was saying earlier, there's a lot of people on here who you're going to create a lot of healing from shadow working this life. So there's shadow working and the light working. And the light working is spreading your motivation, your positivity, you know, those higher levels of perception. And the shadow working is so important, because shadow working is when we create from our own pain. Shadow working is maybe a song you would find about a breakup, you know, it's sadness, it's pain. And you know what, why it's so important is because a lot of people are running, because when you run, you don't feel how tired your legs are until you stop running. So some don't stop or stall, so they don't have to feel at all. And for those that don't want to feel at all, that they're always running away from themselves, it's shadow working that will bring them back to feel what they need to feel. Because someone might push down their sadness in resentment to feeling it, and if you're creating a piece that emotionally moves people into sadness, it's not a bad thing. It's you putting them into a space to be allowed to feel that feeling. And also shadow working shows people that we can all feel this way too, you know. A lot of people with the shadow side of things may feel like they shouldn't be feeling that way, you know, and that, you know, maybe they're the only ones that feel that way. Shadow can be isolating because you can't see people around you in the same darkness because there is no light. And you guys are that light in the darkness that shows people that you're there too. You're here in the darkness too, that, you know, you're not alone, and that it's okay, and that everyone feels these types of ways to embrace them. So this could be through poetry, this could be through writing, this could be through a book someone's writing, this could be through any type of arts, and it doesn't have to be so typically creative. This could be in such a niche type of way that is just personal to you. And even if it's that you're not channeling actual sadness into, and it doesn't have to just be sadness, right? But it doesn't have to be that you're physically creating a piece writing about, say, feeling a certain type of way. It could just be that you do something, and whilst you're doing it, you're doing it from a place of feeling that pain and turning it into empowerment, you know, motivation, determination. The thing is, no matter what you guys do, the energy that you do it with is still felt by people. Seriously, it's still felt by people. So maybe some of you create content, maybe some of you do this shadow working for your friends and your family, you know, allowing them to see, you know, if you're an emotionally vulnerable person and you own your emotions, you showing your sadness shows other people they can be that way too. Especially if this is like a friend group situation or a family situation. I know sometimes it's hard in those places and we can sometimes wear masks, but you're this person who is here to be the unmasked so that people can really connect to themselves at a more authentic level. You see through people's actions to their true core. You're an empath. So this is about as well how, you know, when people sometimes treat us badly and treat us through, you know, with pain, you can see through their actions. You can see through what they've done to why they've done it, because you're an empath. You could see through someone's hateful actions towards you and see it from a place of that they're hurt as well. And this allows you to connect with people at a deeper level. This also allows you in a very gifted way to alchemize energy inside of you from situations easier, because you hold less hate there towards people. You hold less grudges there towards people because you can understand it from a different level. Now, forgiveness doesn't have to mean you're saying what someone's done is okay. Forgiveness is just understanding, and it means that you can just understand why someone's done something, even if you don't agree with why they've done it, because maybe you wouldn't have acted in that way. But you can understand that, you know, this is how this person's operating through this or that. And if that's the way it is, and then you act accordingly, you know. And I feel like there's people you've crossed that, again, this is people that you've crossed who maybe have acted certain ways because of your light. You know, people who you've triggered emotionally, and you do embody this aspect. You know, we are all aspects of each other's inner self. So when you meet someone, they're an inner aspect of yourself. The thing is, you guys, is that you personally, I think, for the collective, embody a piece of self that many people do not want to either be in touch with, or, and this is because the inner aspect of self you embody is emotionality, sensitivity, intuition, and authentic truth, authentic light. For some of you, even maybe more spiritual concepts. And you're this aspect of self that people lose touch with as they grow older. So if they're pushing that down within themselves, they're going to treat you how they treat that part of themselves. And if you are this aspect of unconditional love, not everyone reacts great to unconditional love, because not everyone believes they deserve it, and not everyone has had the best experience growing up with it. So if you're this person walking around embodying the aspect of people that is unconditional love, intuition, and sensitivity and emotion, these are things that we a lot of the time in society are taught to run away from. So yeah, you've probably dealt with people treating you in ways that isn't all that nice, and I think maybe you've come to this understanding too, that it's not personally you, it's the work that you came here to do. It's not personally you, it's the work you came here to do. You are this inner aspect of people that with the right people it's received very beautifully, because it's unconditional love. And for others, you know, it's a very spiritual learning experience. You come here to help people expand their consciousness in a lot of ways. So we're going to pull you a couple of tarot cards. Okay, so the card we have coming out first is the King of Pentacles. We have the Temperance reversed. We have the Two of Wands reversed. We have the King of Wands, clarifying the King of Pentacles. We have a card that flew way over here, which is the World. And we have the Chariot, clarifying the Two of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is really interesting because we have two archetype cards literally clarifying one another. This is both. This can be you, but this is also maybe a person that you've dealt with or around you. Either way, we're going to start with the aspect of you first. With this King of Wands and this King of Pentacles, this fire that is igniting inside of you is very significant for, it's going to be directed in the area of you taking action, you making big moves, big changes, big actions, like I say, towards things that are connected to your future, connected to the life that you're trying to build, lifestyle that you're trying to build, career that you're trying to build, you know, business you're trying to build. Like this King of Wands and King of Pentacles, really beautiful energy because you've got your sights set in motion and you're coming out from a very empowered place. These are two masculine energies as well, which is about going after, going towards, setting off towards, holding this Chariot energy as well, which is your sights are set on something, you know, they're set in motion. And I feel like the thing is that for some of you, your sights are set in motion towards something, or they will be, that you feel like maybe you can't reach, or it's like you're in this planning era, you're in this phase of, right, sorting out the little details. How can we make this happen? Like thinking within your mind, this is thinking within your mind and thinking, how can I get from A to B? How can I make this happen? How can I make this dream come true? How can I take further action into that path? And further action into that path is going to be made. And do you know why? It's because Spirit's whispering in my ear. They're like, where there is a will, there is a way. And before, maybe there was not a will to do something. And so there was not a way. But this fire that is igniting within you, ooh, could be throat chakra related, to do something, to say something to somebody, to speak up, to speak your truth, to share knowledge, to share your experiences, to share something of yourself. Where there is a will, there is a way. And before, there may have been less will, and so there wasn't a very much clear way. Maybe you were dealing with emotions and dealing with processing things, or dealing with finding your feet in this new place of life that you are in, this new chapter. But this is saying that there is a way that's being set into motion for the pure fire and belief and courage that is being ignited within you, soon to be, or already has started to be. Maybe you can feel this culminating up. Maybe you have felt for a while that there's going to be some type of change, or there's something you've been going and heading towards. Maybe it's been a bit slower, but you can feel it, and it's turning around, reigniting in you. Like the phoenix from the flames, you're rising back up, you're moving forward. With the World here, it's like you're finding closure, you're finding peace and solace within certain situations that have happened to you. And that leads us back around to viewing these kings as people. This can be somebody who had quite a power struggle dynamic, especially when it comes to communication, speaking your truth, or maybe them speaking their truth and communicating open and honestly with you. For a lot of you, this could have been a family member, this could have been a father, a grandfather, this could have been an uncle, a brother. It doesn't have to be so masculine. This could be someone who is a female, but internally they hold a lot of masculine energy, which is, you know, how do we explain? It's like someone can be a female but hold masculine energy inside of them, which is not very gentle. It's more like tough love. It's more it's a bit harsher, you know, a bit more brashly spoken, I think, a lot of the time. You know, maybe they're quite materially orientated, or they're very concerned or focused around money. The person that you're dealing with could have been very concerned and focused around the material sides of things. Maybe you don't quite align with them on a mental aspect. Not that you do not value money, it's that you don't value it in the same way that they do. This is somebody who would live for money, that would put money as happiness. And I feel like you guys have learned that that's not the case. Maybe they put money over your relationship or over your family, or prioritize their work or money over the relationship with you. So maybe that could have been like the source of some of this situation. For whatever type of reason, you have to take what resonates. Don't make anything fit that doesn't. And, you know, maybe this won't resonate for everyone, but I know there's certain people watching that this is your message, that you were dealing with somebody who was like this, and that was maybe unable to alchemize, to come to a level ground with them, and something about time as well. So maybe time has passed since you've seen this person, or maybe there's some sort of alchemizing they're doing right now. Maybe there's a bit of emotional distance or physical distance between you and this person. Like even across countries, or across just travel wise. Maybe this person likes to travel. Of course, take what resonates. Not all of these messages have to fit, but there is something about traveling. There's something about driving a car, or there's something about movement or distance between you and this person. This could also be that you chose to move away from this person, or that as time's moved on, you've moved away from this person. You've had your own experiences. You've traveled the world in some ways, or, you know, you've taken leaps forward to follow your dreams, to help heal yourself, to find closure for yourself. It feels like you've really been along your healing journey from this. Again, this could have been a relationship that you feel took your power away, and eventually it reignited a fire within you to rise as the phoenix, to take your power back. And this is just one aspect, one person that fits into the puzzle of that journey of what you came here to do and create. One experience and chapter of your life that is actually very significant, that is going to move you forward in some way because of something you do in the future connected to this. Not necessarily this person, but your experiences and what they taught you, what they showed you, what they helped you understand about people, the world, speaking up, speaking your truth. So yeah, so if Spirit's saying if there's somebody you need to speak your truth with, don't worry. I know that can be very hard, but they are supporting you, and it's going to play out how it's meant to play out, and you will claim your power back. If there's anyone around you that you feel is still holding pieces of your power, not all of your power, but pieces of your power, then they're saying that this is going to be reclaimed back. This is what you're doing now. And it makes sense because this fire is igniting so strongly. And what is igniting that fire? It has to be ignited from somewhere, or it's because you're calling back all of your power recently. So even from places that sit far in the past, memories hold, you know, there's certain memories that can hold pieces of our power. It's not that our power is this one big ball of light and it can be separated out. You can take handfuls of that light, and in the end it leaves us with light still, but it's like you're calling in, you're calling back your light from all of these different people from the past, memories from the past, experiences from the past. And it even from the battle between light and dark within yourself, you're calling back your light and your power from the voices inside yourself that say you can't do that, you're never going to get there, you're never going to have this, you're never going to be good enough. You know, you're calling all of your power back, and it's being channeled into something extremely powerful that a lot of you might even share with the world, or there's something about you going out into the world with this. Maybe it's that when you get all your power back, you make a decision to do something, to move to a different country, to travel the world, to set off on a new business adventure, to share something with the world, to put yourself out there. It's like there's something that's coming from this, and I think they're saying to be patient with yourself, because calling your power back, especially from all these different places that it can leak out, you know, like little cracks that it can leak from that sometimes we don't even notice. So we have to do a journey of searching to even first reclaim back our power. And maybe you've been in a phase of searching subconsciously. You know, some of you this is subconsciously, but Spirit's saying you've been recalling your power back. So be patient with yourself, because you're reigniting brighter than ever before, and you're not going to be hid in the shadows for all of your life. Your light is not going to be hidden away forever. You came here to do beautiful things with your light, with your being, the people that you meet, you know, even if this isn't across the whole world, it's the people around you that you're meeting, the people around you who you're leading by example with through just living your life. So this is really beautiful. I'm going to pull 2 cards out of here to end this off. Hopefully some of the messages resonated with you. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Wow, of course, that's literally what we were saying. Okay, so we have 3. I lied. So you're not lost, you are in a place that is completely unexperienced, filled with unknown. So this is about this revelation about how sometimes we can feel lost, but really it's the same energy as being in a new, unfamiliar place. When something's new and unfamiliar, we don't know where we are. So we could either say that we're lost, or we could say that we're in a new place that we've never been in before in our life. And maybe it's making us feel lost, but don't doubt that you will find your way, because if you are lost, that means that you are in a path that is untrodden. You're not walking along concrete jungles. You're not walking along roads with signs and stop posts that everyone walks. You're walking a path that is untrodden. And that takes a lot of courage to forge your own path, walk your own way. And again, you've already done this. This has been in like choices that you've made, breaking generational cycles, going against the grain of what people maybe agree with or would choose to do for you. You know, you've already paved your own path through the unknown. You've already paved your own choices through the untrodden. And you're going to carry on doing that. So you're in this energy of new and coming into that even more. Your presence is healing to be around. This is literally what we're saying. You're a healer. Your energy, no matter if you're feeling low, no matter if you're feeling whatever way you're feeling, Spirit's like, you need to understand you hold a light inside of you that is very divine and very special, and this shines out of you. People feel this, and you can tell people feel this because of the experiences that you've had, because of the people that you've triggered that you don't even know why they don't like you, you know, or you don't even know why they have it out for you, and it's just because they're triggered, you know. And as well, this is about the people who treat you badly and things like that. You've proven through your experiences that you have this light. And not only that, let's look at the positive aspects as well. All the people who have been soul tribe to you, who have already appreciated you, you've helped change their lives. That leads us perfectly onto this. The thing is, it's one of 2 ways, you guys, but when you do help people and they're open to your light, they never forget you. They never do, because you are unforgettable, because you help people, because you love them in a way that not many people love others. You love people unconditionally. You love people without judgment. You are an empath, and this helps you to see people at their core, at their true soul level, not their mask, not their ego, not the avatar that they're in. And so when you love people, you love them for their soul. And all ever people really ever want is to be loved for their soul, not for what they look like, not for what they are, but for their true soul being. And this is not just relationship, this is friendships, this is random people. Like, you see people and you have a gift at seeing through people's layers to their higher self, to their inner soul self. And you know why this is magical is because some people themselves can't feel that within themselves. So you're feeling their true self, and some people can't feel their true self. And so by doing that, you reconnect them to that energy. I'm getting a message that there's certain people that you've crossed paths with, maybe like friends that have faded away over like a couple weeks or so, or it's like they guide people to you specifically for this reason. Because some people lose touch with their magic, their light, their spark, and you help people see that within themselves because you love unconditionally, and you have a gift at seeing people through their true soul's embodiment and self, not just their ego and 3D avatar. So you don't realize how important the work you're doing is to just people you cross in the street, people that you work with, people that you're friends with, people that you're acquaintances with, people you've had relationships with. You don't realize the help that you have given them just by loving them, because you can see them. I'm just repeating now, but because you can see them for their true self, and so you help reconnect them to that. Wow. So people will always remember you for how you helped and loved them. And I hope that you remember that about yourself as well, beautiful souls. I will see you all very soon in another reading. Just to clarify, you are retaking your power back. You're coming to a completion, which is reigniting your fire with energies that have maybe laid in the bottom of the barrel or gone unnoticed that still needed alchemizing. And these energies that still needed alchemizing were the ones that were holding you back from finding that willpower to make a way to what you want, even though it seems far away or unbelievable or unconceivable. You are finding that will again, and you are charging forward and forth with your power, your light, your talents, your gifts, your loving energy, and you are standing in your power. You're reclaiming it. You're speaking your truth. You're rising up, and you are heading forth into what is next destined for you in this battle of light and dark, which you fight with the light. So I love you all very much. I'll speak to you soon, my angels. Mwah.